I don't know about you, but I personally really enjoy when sneakers have some cool stories attached to them, some history, some storytelling. And so in today's video, we're covering a sneaker which doesn't have any of that. Instead, Jordan Brand decided to make a Jordan 1 High inspired by Michael Jordan's love for chewing bubblegum. If you like Air Jordan 1 Highs, this is the video for you. In today's video, we're going to be covering a bunch of upcoming hyped Air Jordan 1 High sneaker releases for the year of 2021. A couple of my favorites that we're going to be covering include the Marina Blue Air Jordan 1 High, the Air Jordan 1 High Bordeaux, the Air Jordan 1 High Amamenier, the Air Jordan 1 High Bread Patent Leather, and a whole bunch more. So if you like Jordan 1 Highs, make sure you guys like this video. It helps me out in the algorithm a ton. Lets YouTube know to recommend you more sneaker news videos like this from me in the future. And it's just really nice to see that you guys enjoy the content. So with that said, let's jump right into the news. So to kick things off, we're going to start off very strong with the Air Jordan 1 High Bubblegum, aka Atmosphere. Now this is the Jordan 1 High that is inspired by Michael Jordan's love for bubblegum. They're really pushing it. I understood the shattered backboard story. I thought that was dope. But his love for bubblegum, I think, is a bit of a stretch if you ask me. Regardless, it is going to be a really, really nice colorway. The color blocking is really solid. It definitely reminds you of the likes of like the Bread Toe Air Jordan 1. Now this time around, it uses pink as the main highlight color. And one really unique aspect about this shoe is that it's going to be a half like patent leather and a half regular leather Air Jordan 1 High. That's not something we honestly ever really see. The back half of the shoe with the pink is going to be this really poppin' bubblegum pink color, and then you have the toe box, which is going to be a more traditional leather, which I'm really looking forward to, because when it comes to Air Jordan 1s that have patent leather, I'm not too big of a fan of wearing them. I'll talk about that more in the later in the video, because we are going to be talking about the Bread Air Jordan 1 High patent leather. Regardless, this is definitely going to be a big release of the year. It's going to be releasing on December 22nd for a retail price of $170 to $180 US. You guys know when it comes to the holiday releases, sometimes Jordan Brand pumps up the price just a little bit, so 170 to 180, but you already know these are going to sell out. And so before we get to the next sneaker, let's just get to the comment question of the day. What do you guys think about Michael Jordan or Jordan Brand releasing this shoe based off of Michael Jordan's gum chewing habits? What kind of weird stories do you think Jordan Brand can tell through shoes? Make some stories up in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys come up with. Let's get to the next Air Jordan 1 High that's going to be releasing early next year in 2022 in January. It is the Marina Blue Air Jordan 1 High. So most of the photos I'm about to show you guys with these sneakers are going to be a photoshopped image. They are originally the high Jordan 1 pollen, but just slightly, color corrected to be blue instead of yellow. And on these photos, it's going to show a tumbled leather because it's a color correction or a Photoshop, but the actual release for the Marina Blue Jordan 1 High will be smooth leather. So we have one photo of that, and that confirms that it's going to be smooth leather. But this Photoshop mockup will show you generally what the shoe will look like. This isn't the first time we've seen Jordan Brand flip the script on a kind of colorway that we know and love, aka the Royal Jordan 1. We've seen this in the past with the Bread Jordan 1, where they made the varsity reds, and this is kind of a color blocking we're getting used to. We saw it with the light smoke gray or the shadow 2.0s. We've seen it with a couple other colorways like the pollen, so it's just a matter of time before they release them in a blue colorway, and that's what we have here. And if you love the Royals but you missed out on them, but you still wanna get that black and blue Jordan 1 in your collection, this is absolutely a fantastic alternative. And in fact, I think some people might like these more than the original Royal ones. So are you in that camp? I would love to hear from you in the comments. Now the retail price for these is $170 US, and the expected release date is going to be on January 15th, 2022. Next up is what I think will be my favorite Air Jordan 1 High this fall. We have the Air Jordan 1 High Bordeaux. Now this is very similar in comparison to the AJKO Air Jordan 1 High. That's like the navy blue colorway. Those were really nice to have that silver swoosh, but the tongue was what threw off some people. It has this Nike Air stitched in on the tongue, which not too many people were a fan of. So this pretty much takes that identity of that shoe, but instead of that navy blue, it opts for this like maroon burgundy. And to be the cherry on top, which I really enjoy, they put the Nike Air tongue on this and it looks fire. You guys know every year, maroon, burgundy, absolute fall banger colorway or color. And so to have it on this Jordan 1 in such a well executed way, these are gonna sell out. This is a must have. I'm absolutely gonna pay pre-order or like pre-release prices of these so I can get them in a review for you guys on the channel very soon. But this is probably going to be one of the like cleanest non-OG colorways we've seen in a while. That's a colorway that's super wearable for daily use. I can absolutely see these becoming a daily beater for me in the fall. This isn't the only Bordeaux sneaker we're going to see releasing this fall. We're also seeing for the very first time the Air Jordan 6 Bordeaux, which is inspired by the Jordan 7 Bordeaux, but I'll talk about those in a separate video. So if you miss out on either one or the 6s, you always have the other one you can chase after. In terms of pricing and release date, these will be going for $170 and releasing on November 20th. So let's say you take an L on those Air Jordan 1 High Bordeaux, but you really like that white burgundy kind of color combo. Well, I got good news for you. Following the release, that big hype release of the Air Jordan 3 Meunier, which a lot of people are calling the sneaker of the year already, right when it released, it was just getting so much love, which I think it definitely deserves. It's a very strong release, but if you're a Jordan 1 fan, these might win you over just a little bit more. So we have the Air Jordan 1 High Meunier, and these are fire, man. These are so awesome. I love this kind of like cracked burgundy they have on the swoosh and on the collar of the shoe. It is more of a all white kind of sneaker when you compare it to the Bordeaux, which I showed you, which is like a 50-50 of burgundy versus white. This is a much more white heavy shoe. These are expected to release this holiday 2021. We don't have a specific release date just yet. Maybe they release these early to people on the sneakers app. At least in Canada, we don't have the early access stuff just yet. We're just starting to get like the raffle implementation, but you still have to wake up at 6 in the morning, which is kind of crummy just to enter the raffle. The quality on these look A1. The details are really nice as well. On the insole, it reads Airness by Meunier for Air Jordan, and on the ankle flaps on the inside, it actually reads, you have to expect things to yourself before you can do them. The retail price all the sneaker blogs are reporting is $170. However, that's the typical price for a lot of upcoming Air Jordan 1 highs, and seeing that this is a collaboration, I would expect this to have a slight premium, so maybe expect this to be $180 to maybe $200, but regardless, that retail price really doesn't matter at the end of the day because we already know that resale is probably going to be double. All right, let's tone it down a bit. Let's dial it back because we got some more heat later in the video, but there are some new Air Jordan 1 High Zooms, which I did want to talk about in today's video. First up, we have the first bread-inspired Air Jordan 1 High Zoom, and this is like one of the first bread colorways you've actually seen for the Zoom silhouette. It is a really comfortable Jordan 1 High, and there's a lot of great colorways for the shoes, like sitting on sale or just sitting at places like Nike, like Foot Locker. I'll leave links down below to places where you can buy Air Jordan 1 Highs in the description. And these are actually going to be releasing for $140, so a lower retail price point compared to your full leather Air Jordan 1 High. And in terms of the actual release date for this bread Air Jordan 1 High Zoom, we don't know yet. We just have fall 2021 to go by. Now, this colorway isn't an exact like replication or a clone of the bread Jordan 1. I feel like that would be a bit of a knockoff and kind of cheap. They instead just went for little accents of red on the shoe, so if you still wanted a black and red Jordan 1, definitely one I think you might want to check out. And when it comes to the Jordan 1 High Zoom, they don't typically sell out, but because of this colorway being as iconic as it is, like this kind of you know, color combo, I feel like this will be the one that will eventually sell out quickest or sell out right away at retail. And for all my women out there, you have an exclusive Air Jordan 1 High Zoom on the way as well, this time in a gray and baby blue colorway. And the one unique thing about this Jordan 1 High Zoom is that it opts to use this nubuck material all over the upper instead of a leather, which is what we're more used to seeing when it comes to Jordan 1 High. And by the way, when it comes to the bread Jordan 1 High, it's like a full leather upper for the most part, so that's not something we really see when it comes to the other Jordan 1 Zooms, which is really cool because I love my leather Jordan 1s. And I think that is one of the reasons why the Jordan 1 High Zoom does sit at a lot of places. They don't really use a full leather upper. So again, if you're a lady, this woman's colorway will be using a nubuck upper instead, gray nubuck, and it's a really clean colorway. I don't think they'll sell out right away, but definitely still something that is going to catch your eye if you walk past a Nike or Foot Locker store in the mall. The bread is a sneaker that we've been told time and time again it's gonna get another retro, and it just never happens. Remember remember the Bloodlines? Those were supposed to be the breads, but it ended up being the Bloodlines. Now, we're not getting another bread retro in 2021. Instead, we're getting a patent leather version of the shoe. These are expected to release on October 23rd for a retail price of $170 US, and they use the proper shade of red we love on the breads, varsity red. So if you want the bread Air Jordan 1 High patent leathers, just know these will sell out. People will be flipping these. It's going to be a sneaker that I personally don't think I will be copping for personal use, because when it comes to patent leather sneakers, the toe box just crease horrendously and it ends up being uncomfortable. For me, the bread patent leather one is more of a shoe that would be a display piece. So I'm probably not going to buy them because I'm not trying to display sneakers at this time of my life. I'm much more into wearing my shoes instead of just having them look all pretty and stuff. Regardless, it does look like this is a bread one that's been glazed by Krispy Kreme and blessed with the beautiful gloss. Like, the gloss looks so nice on these. This is a tasty looking sneaker. So yeah, bread Air Jordan 1 High patent leathers, October 23rd. And if you want these, you're gonna have to try and hit up your plug. A lot of people will be chasing after these shoes. So I have some really funky Air Jordan 1 Highs that are like multicolor, which we're going to talk about later in the video. But now let's take a quick break to talk about two upcoming AJKOs coming out. The Jordan 1 knockoff, I believe that's what it's KO is supposed to mean. So people say knockout because the canvas material is supposed to be like the boxer shoes. A lot of boxing shoes when it was the early 80s and 90s were canvas. So we have two AJKOs releasing later this year. Releasing next month on September 29th, we have the Storm Blue AJKOs for $140 US. These look awesome. I have some official images for you guys. If you missed out on the Travis Scott X Fragment Air Jordan 1 High, I feel like this might be a nice kind of backup sneaker, a sneaker that might scratch that itch you have for a white and blue Air Jordan 1. The thing is, I really don't know how these are going to do when it comes to resale value, because the AJKO Chicago that released this year really doesn't have any resale value. They were actually still sitting in Toronto at several Nike stores, and so if you want them, you can probably cop these for retail. This is not a shoe I really suggest flipping, because if the Chicago, you know, the most iconic colorway of the Air Jordan 1 High besides the breads, sits on shelves and has no resale value, I highly doubt the Storm Blues will. But at the end of the day, I still feel like this is a safe sneaker to buy if you want to sit on it for a while. Just don't expect these to resell for a ton of money once they release. This is definitely a shoe you want to buy to wear. There isn't really too many white and blue Air Jordan 1 Highs that release, or Air Jordan 1s that come out, so this will definitely be a must cop for a lot of people, because I'm sure a lot of people have enough red and, you know, white and black Air Jordan 1 Highs out there. So this will be something a little different for people and might be their first AJKO ever. Regardless, it's still a really solid sneaker. It's just that white panel on the back. That white panel really throws off the shoe for a lot of people. So if you really wanted to, you could probably paint the back blue just so you have that, you know, proper panel, that proper Jordan 1 color blocking, but it's up to you. Regardless, still a really clean shoe. And then next up we have the AJKO collaboration with Billie Eilish. Now this was a collaboration that completely caught me by left field. I wasn't expecting to see these at all. This is going to also be a part of a larger collection with Billie Eilish, so expect a few pieces of clothing and apparel to release alongside this release. And of course, when you think Billie Eilish, you typically think of like these neon green colors, so this is totally on brand for her. It's a completely neon green AJKO, and the colorway or color code for this is ghost greens, and the release date for these is September 9th, 2021. About 2 weeks away, and I highly doubt these are gonna sell out, but maybe because it has the Billie Eilish co-branding, it might sell out. And if you're a big Billie Eilish fan, which I'm not too sure how many guys are huge Billie Eilish fans, this might be like a woman's exclusive colorway. This is not a hard pass. This is an easy pass. This is I'm a stay clear from this no matter what. I don't want anything to do with these shoes. So to start things off with the multicolor theme, we have the Air Jordan 1 High OG Crafted. Now these are set to release on December 19th for $170 US. One thing I really like about these shoes is that they don't go for that mismatch theme where one shoe is different than the other, like the what the Air Jordan 5s were. This is a uniformed Jordan 1 where the color blocking on one side will match the color blocking on the other, and it looks really good. And these are like a fun kind of shoe where you can mix and match the laces if you choose to, but because there's so many different colors on the shoe, it kind of allows you to match your outfit according to what color you want to match on the shoe. So it's gonna have some really cool outfits out there you'll probably see on Instagram when the time comes on the release date. There is quite a bit of brown on the shoe, so if you missed out on the mocha ones, this might be a shoe that calls out to you, but there's also hits of colors like purple and orange and green throughout the shoe, and the Wings logo is actually like what looks like to be a like a patch stitched onto it, giving it that handcrafted kind of look. When it comes to the materials on these handcrafted Air Jordan 1 highs, they don't opt for the super smooth leather we're used to seeing often on the Jordan 1 high. Instead, they go for this nubuck material, which has been a common trend when it comes to a lot of recent releases. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of these sneakers, but I'm definitely liking these shoes enough to cop them for retail, and if I take an L, on to the next release, because let's face it, there's just so many Air Jordan 1 highs out there that I'm really not going to get too hung up if I take an L on a colorway like this. Regardless, if I can get these for retail, I will wear them to the ground because they look super wearable. Let's get to the next multicolor release, which is a really unique pair of Jordan 1s because it's the first time we've seen a Jordan 1 constructed this way ever. So you guys know about the Air Jordan 1 highs that can be converted to an Air Jordan 1 low with the zipper on the side. I think they're called like the switches or the flip Air Jordan 1 highs. I don't have those, never bought them, never saw them released in Canada. However, these will probably release in Canada. These are the Air Jordan 1 High Pro prototypes, and these are going to be releasing in about 2 weeks on September 10th for $170 in full family sizing and extended women's sizing. Now, the really cool, unique thing about the shoe is you can actually customize it to become a low top. So there's actually like a little line guiding you where you can cut the shoe and turn these into a low top. And these come with a bunch of different shoelaces as well. So you can also mix and match the laces the way you want them, and you can match the sneaker to your outfit accordingly based off the color that you really want to pop. I think this is a really unique Air Jordan 1 high, and I feel like a lot of people will buy these just for the novelty of being able to cut an Air Jordan 1 high and not feel bad about it, because there's actually like special padding in the way they have it set up. So when you do end up cutting them, if you want to, is that the foam will look fine and the shoe will look good. These are the OG Pro prototypes releasing on September 10th, 2021 for $170. If you guys like Jordan 1 lows, I have a news video on screen right now which you guys can click, and if you guys want to see my full sneaker collection, it's on screen as well to click too. I'll talk with you guys in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.